Welcome back. And as we mentioned before, the Office of Minnesota Management and Budget announced a large budget surplus today. It said the projected surplus is around a staggering $17.6 billion. Officials have said that lower than projected state spending and strong collection are factors contributing to that surplus. Now, joining us now is State Senator Carla Nelson. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Great to be with you tonight.
Yeah, so my first question for you, what was your first reaction when you heard what the budget surplus is?
Well, it is a staggering number, $17 billion, and that number has continued to grow. What it means, though, is that we have taken too much money from struggling Minnesotans, more than our budget requires by a significant amount, and we must get that back to them. Structural, permanent, ongoing tax relief is how Minnesotans can deal with skyrocketing inflation, whether it be on groceries, heat, gas in their cars. Definitely, Minnesotans need that money back in permanent, ongoing tax relief.
Absolutely, and I think that is something that no matter what party you stand on, I think everyone can agree that we want to be taxed less. Would you say so?
Yes, you're talking to a former tax chair, and I would say yes, people realize that Minnesota is a high tax state. We're one of the higher tax states in the nation, and when you collect $17 billion over your projected budget, it's time to return it to Minnesotans, particularly at a time of skyrocketing inflation.
And I want to read this to you. So Democratic Governor Tim Walz has been indicating that he'd prefer to use most of the surplus for one-time spending and tax relief, and that he'd like to revive his proposal for one-time income tax rebates. Your thoughts on that plan?
Well, the interesting thing is his Democrat friends in the House nor the Senate went along with those one-time rebates for some very good reasons. Number one, there's a cost to send those out. Secondly, it goes to folks who then are going to be taxed on that money. So I don't think that the rebates should be taxed at the federal level, and that's what would happen with those type of rebate checks. And then also, how would he go about giving that funding back to the people who paid it, to everyone? How is that going to work? And so anyway, he just had zero support for that in the legislature last year. So I hope he rethinks his thoughts on that.
And so the session reconvenes this January the 3rd.
Yes.
Do you think this is something that is going to be very talked about to figure out just how this money will be spent?
Oh, absolutely it will. There's a budget for the next 2-year budget. There's the bonding bill to do, and of course there's the significant surplus. So my hope, I will make sure that this is at the front of conversations. How do we get this surplus money back into the hands of Minnesotans? And I'll be watching, interestingly, to see how about those new Democrat majorities in the House and Senate and the Governor Walz. Are they serious about getting this surplus back into the hands of Minnesotans in a way that's not going to be taxed and in a way that will help them buy groceries, gas, pay for increased heating costs, that kind of thing?
All right, Senator Nelson, that is all the time that we have for you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Great to be with you.
Okay, thank you.